Hello everyone, my name is Andrew, and in today's session I'm going to explain with examples for what purpose constructors are needed in Java. Constructors in Java are needed for building blocks of code that allow to provide a set of arguments for creating an object from a class. It also reduces a program code. The constructor in Java works implicitly at the time of creating an object. The syntax of creating an object in Java is following: class name, object reference variable name, keyword new, constructor name the same as the class name, and if parameters or arguments are present inside the parentheses, it means the constructor for that is created inside the corresponding class. Constructor syntax has two differences compared to a method. The constructor's name has to be the same as the corresponding class name. Constructor has no return type, even void. Here we can see class named HouseApp. There are some instance variable declarations, and on the line number 9 there is a default constructor that is always implicitly present in every class, also if it's not declared there. It provides possibility here to assigning values to the instance variables that belong to the object named house1 in these 4 lines of code. And it is not parameterized constructor because of blank parentheses right here and there. Why is this constructor typed right here if it's present in every class implicitly? It's because if any parameterized constructor is present, there are 3 parameterized constructors right here. Then, for using non-parameterized creating of an object, this constructor must be present. And if the default constructor is present, assigning value to the object has the following redundant syntax. But here we can see the parameterized constructor was created as it takes the argument inside the parentheses. And 2 next objects also accept various sets of parameters inside at the moment of creation. Possibility of passing a different set of arguments inside parentheses while object creation named as constructor overloading. We can see it in objects named house2, house3, and house4. Here is the syntax for constructor that is used in the object named house2. It has the following syntax: class name, and inside the parentheses is the parameter that this constructor accepts. And while creating an object, the corresponding value is provided right here. So no need to type this redundant code. And as this constructor is overloaded, some other constructor types with different parameters are present here. It allows objects named house3 and house4 to be created with different arguments taken inside. Keyword this is used inside constructors to connect the corresponding variable with its declared instance variable name. So, 2 differences in constructor syntax and method syntax. the constructor's name must be the same as the class name, but the method has to be under different name than the class has. We can see it right here. And constructor must have no return type, even void. But in method, return type is mandatory. Let's run it. And we can see the result. Object house1 is created with default not parameterized constructor and redundant code. Another 3 objects are created with different parameterized constructors that are indicated with these lines of code. And this ability to take various sets of arguments is named constructor overloading, and it's broadly used in Java coding. In this program example, I would like to show how inheritance and method overriding work. First of all, the classes are usually placed on separate pages like separate files in a package, but it is also allowed to place many classes on one page one by one. So, 4 classes are present on the one page. First, second, third, and fourth. Inheritance in Java is the ability of one class to inherit all the methods and stuff from another, or from a chain of classes, if they connected with keyword extends. Keyword extends provides the ability to the current class to inherit all stuff from the class that the following keyword extends. In this example, there is a class printer's_app that serves here as a super or parent class for many others. It has 2 methods, device_info and cartridge_info. One of the methods, cartridge_info, is overwritten from the superclass printer's_app by the subclasses laser and ink printer. So it can perfectly show how both overriding and inheritance work. Class LaserPrinter extends the printer's_app class, and it means that when the object of the LaserPrinter class is created, it inherits all the stuff from the class printer's_app. So, method device_info is not present in the LaserPrinter class, but it inherits or gets it from the parent class printer's_app from here. Another method, cartridge_info, not only was inherited from the superclass, but it is also overwritten. Overwriting means not only inheritance, but in the method that is inherited, the method body is changed. So, the change in the method body that is inherited from the parent or superclass is known in Java as method overwriting. We can see it right here in the method named cartridge_info. Originally, in the parent class, method cartridge_info has this implementation in the body inside curly braces. But when it is overridden, right here, the method body inside curly braces is changed. And additionally, but not mandatory, keyword override serves as a guarantee that the method is overridden correctly from the corresponding parent class. Another class named InkPrinter also extends or inherits the printer's_app base class. It has also one overwritten method, cartridge_info, and one own method, int printer unique feature. And after an object from int printer class is created, it can use methods from the base class printersapp, named device_info in this case, and another method from the parent class named cartridge_info. The cartridge_info method is overridden and has another implementation inside the body in curly braces right here. Different that it is in the parent class printersapp. And its own method named InkPrinter unique feature is called here also. And last class named DesignPhotoPrinter demonstrates how multi-level inheritance in Java works. Please look here. Class DesignPhotoPrinter extends class InkPrinter. Class InkPrinter extends class printersapp. It means that the class DesignPhotoPrinter has now access to all the stuff these two methods contain. Right here in class printersapp and in class InkPrinter right there. In this line of code, an object from the DesignPhotoPrinter class is created. It has the name DesignPrinter1. We can see that the first method device_info was called from the base class named printersapp. Another method cartridge_info was called from the parent class named InkPrinter. DesignPrinter unique feature called from its own class. And the method named InkPrinter unique feature was called from the parent class named InkPrinter in this case. Let's run it. And finally, I would like to introduce a new, more understandable definition of the difference between method overloading and method overriding. The definition is the following. In both method overloading and method overriding, the name of the methods remains the same. The difference is, in method overloading, changes happening in the parameter list inside the parentheses of methods. But in method overriding, changes are happening inside the curly braces. For example, right here and right there correspondingly. Please write in comments if is it correct in your point of view. And thanks for watching and see you soon.